Hey Haley, just want to make sure I get these questions out to you in time. I apologize for how long it's taking me to get them to you. I was in Chicago this weekend and at a friend's funeral, and so I just got back a couple hours ago. And anyway, so let me go ahead and just get started on this. I think I'm going to start with question two. Why did your family and other Armenian immigrants decide to settle where you did? And so I grew up in Northern California. My parents and I and my siblings, we immigrated to the United States in 1992. And but before then, we left Romania in 1990 and went and lived in Germany for 2 years, trying to get an American visa, permission to come to the States. And so we finally arrived. We finally got it and arrived on July 4th, 1992. And so that was a really cool experience for us to see the fireworks for the first time as we were flying into New York City, and to the airport there. And so we touched down July 4th, 1992, around 9 p.m. And then from there, we flew from obviously LA, I'm sorry, from New York to LA, and then moved way up north to a little town called Paradise, California. And so my family wasn't the only family that moved around that time. Although we knew other families, it wasn't a group effort. It wasn't a group decision for a bunch of people to move together. It just so happened that other people from our church back in Romania were moving to California, and specifically in the northern part of California. The main reason we moved to Northern California had to do with the fact that my aunt lived there already with her husband, who was from Italy. He was an Italian guy. And so because we had family in the area and because we knew some other people, we decided to move to Northern California. Um, and so that's really kind of the purpose for why we chose that part. For us specifically, for my family specifically, the reason we decided to immigrate to the United States was really for three reasons. One, it was because my oldest brother had Down syndrome, and in Romania there were no schools or no opportunities, no special needs programs available for kids with special needs. So literally, it was as pretty much a death sentence for kids with special needs. There's nothing for them. They were either kept at home all day, or they were shuttled off to some remote part of Romania where they would all live in a orphanage of some sort. And they were not beneficial to society, and because of that, the government didn't see why they needed to exist, and they were more considered a drain on the country. And so obviously my parents were not okay with that. And so my parents wanted to get out of Romania for David, for my brother, and obviously for us as well. But more so because of David. And secondly, the second reason was because it was a communist country at the time. So my mom and my dad really wanted to leave communist Romania, and give us, the kids, a better future. And so the United States was the promised land, so to speak. It was the place where everyone wanted to go to. Everyone in the world tried and wanted to come to the United States somehow, some way. And the third reason had to do with more of the fact that that Romania had nothing going for it. So one was for my brother, second for just us having a better future, and third is just Romania just didn't really have anything going for it, and I think my parents really wanted to do more with their lives than what they were doing in Romania. And I mean, there's some religious aspect to that as well. I mean, Christians weren't allowed to thrive. I mean, they were constantly arrested and given fines and given, really annoying weekend jail sentences where they'd pick them up on Friday, and they would, slap cuffs on them and keep them in a jail for 24, 48 hours just to kind of scare people. So that was annoying, obviously, and so my parents wanted to avoid that. And so that's why my family and other Romanians, we decided to settle in Northern California, about 2 hours north of Sacramento. And so Paradise, California was the town. What challenges did you and your family face once you arrived in the United States? That's a great question. There were